Hi, welcome to Ikate's Crossing. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to, let's see if I can do this. There we are, the Ko-Fi. Don't forget to go check out Ko-Fi, go see the previews, the discounts, the promotions, all sorts of bits and pieces that are involved to book a reading with me, to donate, to support the channel in some way. Muchly appreciated. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you know when the next video will be uploaded. But let's dive into the Buddhism Oracle cards. Okay, so what I want to do a little bit is just, this is going to take a few episodes, I think. It's not going to be something that's going to be done today. Let's sort of dive into this quite slowly. It's a bit of a journey for me as well. So this is by Lama Tender and Annie Detchen, The Science of Peace and Happiness. Okay, so let's just have a look at the first part here. Okay, so it's published by Blue Gaia World Publishers in Australia, Victoria, Australia. Okay, so let's have a look here. So there's a huge content page. Okay, so it's got quite a bit there when you look at it. Okay, so let's do the beginning. Introduction, the story behind this deck. Let's just have a little dive into this. Venerable Lama Tender is a highly qualified and experienced spiritual teacher in Buddhism. He has been providing group and individual healing services in Australia for over 20 years, since 2010. Since 2010. Yeah, 2010. Lama Tender has been running various healing courses such as Certified Sound Healing, Mandala Painting, and Medicine Buddha Healing. Lama Tender has also been providing authentic teaching and tailored guidance for advanced level meditational practitioners who deeply appreciate the sincere care he extends to all his students. Annie Detchen has been practicing natural healing therapies for over 15 years and has been assisting Lama Tender in teaching and preparing course materials for the past 10 years. Upon the kind invitation from Tony Carmen Salerno, Lama Tender and Annie Detchen have compiled into this deck of cards the advice based on Buddhist teachings that they have given to their clients that they consider most helpful. They wish for this deck to be a good companion in your journey of developing a loving heart. Through such efforts, they also wish to help generate good energy and a fulfilling mindset for anyone suffering from various mental conditions such as depression and anxiety, and to offer support to their family and friends. Later in this guidebook, you will find longer messages that further elaborate on the short guidance on each card. In this introduction, suggestions are provided for how to work with the cards. Furthermore, this guidebook aims to provide relevant background knowledge on Buddhist teachings that can offer you wisdom and protection as you grow stronger spiritually. May you enjoy a fulfilling life. Okay, I'm not going to go through every single detail in the book. Okay, I want you to go and get the book. Go and get this deck for yourself. Or if you want to explore more Buddha teachings, go and get a book on Buddhist teaching, just to understand it, to explore it, to sort of maybe use some of it in your daily practice for a sense of mindfulness in some way. So what I'm going to read is a little bit of part 1, background knowledge of Buddhist teachings. Buddhist teachings offers a precise science in how to be free from the suffering of aging, physical and mental sickness and death, and to attain the true happiness and full enlightenment. This is a science because it is knowledge based on evidence. It is precise because it is founded on methods of specific reasoning, using accurate and comprehensive observations of the mind and its creations. Okay, this is how to attain true happiness, and I think that's something that you need to explore for yourself. It's not something that I can teach you. I think it comes from within yourself. I think it's very much to use your own meditation, your own devotional practice. I think that's whatever is right for you. Okay, I don't think anyone can teach you how to attain true happiness. I think that comes from your own journey, your own exploration. That is my own personal thought. This gives you some ideas, some suggestions how to attain true happiness, but I think that all comes from within. Okay, and it talks about virtuous and non-virtuous actions, the nature of mind, learning from Buddha's example. So you could read Mahayana teachings, how to be free from the control of negative karma. I think they're great things that you can learn in how somebody else has achieved it, and then you've got to apply it to your own life. Is a real personal thing indeed. It says how to cultivate enlightened aspiration, and then taking small steps. And I think taking small steps is kind of really important here. Okay, so I'm just going to read this little bit here. The correct method for generating such an aspiration is not to force the mind to renounce selfishness and to believe in enlightenment. Rather, it is a process of thoroughly investigating which of these two mentalities bring true benefits. It is a process with many steps before one's mind can operate spontaneously with the mentality of attaining full enlightenment. At a course level, our mind is habituated with a self-centered mentality, constantly seeking more material wealth, praises, power, or social status, and sensual enjoyments for oneself and loved ones. However, deep down we all have the Buddha seed, the natural state of mind. Therefore, even though we can't help to have selfish motivations, we truly admire altruistic behaviors. Our mind is softened when we are treated with great compassion. The starting point is therefore just take a small step and give it a try. Try offering someone a small amount of help within your capacity without selfish reasons, but with a sincere good wish for the other person, and see how does it feel for you. If you are already doing this a lot and feeling the confidence of being a compassionate person, it is time to contemplate the correct reasons for cultivating enlightened aspiration and for renouncing a self-centered or self-grasping mentality. Equanimity, compassion for all, happiness for all, doubts and regeneration, happiness beyond self-grasping, how to be completely free from suffering, emptiness. I think this is something that you need to read for yourself. I think you need to explore these ideas, these perceptions, the sense of a journey, how to purify negative karma. I think you need to do this yourself. You need to read for it, take the practice. Negative karma can be purified by applying the four powers: the power of reliance, the power of confession, the power of turning away from faults, and the power of applying remedies. So I think that's kind of important there to sort of dive into here. Virtuous and non-virtuous past, the effects of karma, the continuum of lifetimes, Buddhist mind training, course level mind, very subtle mind, the 6 realms of existence, the stages of learning, an introduction to Buddhist literature, the path to enlightenment, teachings on intimacy, the nature of existence, the law of karma, and about the mind. Now, I'm not going to dive into that part, into part 1, in the videos. I think that's something that you need to explore yourself, read the book yourself, work out what's important to you. Okay, part 2. Now we're going to work with the deck of cards, which is what I want to get into here. There are many ways to utilize the set of cards. You can draw a card for an occasional message. You can draw a number of cards in any layout to seek deeper insights into a situation. You can explore ways to develop inner qualities. You can also develop your meditation with the cards. Most importantly, we wish for the cards to help you grow stronger and stronger spiritually with a loving heart. Okay, in this introduction on how to use the cards, we first introduce you to the Compassion Mandala. Okay. The Compassion Mandala. Let's see if we can get this right. Yeah. Featured on each of the cards. This is followed by some short rituals and meditations that are mind training methods for developing loving kindness and compassion, as well as the purifying negative karma. Now, I'm not going to show you everything. Again, if you want to really dive into this, I really suggest you buy the deck for yourself. Definitely suggest you buy the deck for yourself. Compassion Mandala. I'm going to read this a little bit though. This Compassion Mandala was painted by Annie Detchen from July 2009 to December 2010 under the guidance of her teacher Lama Tenda. In Tibetan Buddhist traditions, mandalas created with sand or painted on paper originate from Shakyamuni Buddhist teachings. The details of the mandala, including its structure, colors, and symbols, are passed down through an unbroken verbal lineage from teachers to students. The creation of mandalas forms part of the Buddhist mind training methods for cultivating inner qualities of wisdom and great compassion. Right, so let's have a look. Buddha of, okay, so Avalokiteshvara, Avalokiteshvara, Buddha of Compassion. The Compassion Mandala represents the enlightened mind, body, and speech of Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of Compassion. Avalokiteshvara is the name of the Buddha of Compassion in Sanskrit. In Chinese, it is Gunyan, and Shinrensi in Tibetan. Avalokiteshvara symbolizes the essence of great compassion in all Buddhas and their offspring, the Bodhisattvas. At the center of the Compassion Mandala is a square palace with 4 doors. At the very center of the palace, on top of the multicolor 8-petal lotus, is Avalokiteshvara, whose symbol is the lotus, representing purity. The lotus grows out of mud, but is flower and completely pure. That flower is completely pure. In the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, Avalokiteshvara is visualized as having a white-colored body, 1 face, and 4 arms, sitting on a lotus and moon cushion. The first 2 hands hold a wish-fulfilling jewel in front of his heart, symbolizing the fully enlightened state, and thus the full capacity to help all sentient beings. The second right hand holds a string of mala beads, and the second left hand holds the stem of a lotus with the blossoms close to his left ear. His whole body emits 5-colored wisdom lights that are pure blessing for all sentient beings. We can engage Avalokiteshvara's help by calling his name or chanting the compassion mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay. O-M-M-A-N-I-P-E-M-E-H-U-M. Okay, let me see. Okay, let's see if I can actually type that in for you. Let's type that in for you so you can see what that is. So let's see if we can do this. Okay, so you see that? Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Okay, so we've included that in for you. Okay, Avalokiteshvara also has a formation with 11 heads and 1,000 arms, with an eye on each of the 1,000 hands, standing on a lotus and moon cushion. This form illustrates his capacity as the all-seeing one in possession of factual information in all directions and in all details. Also shows his capacity to deliver needed help to sentient beings effectively. Great compassion in its fully developed form is supported by a direct perception of the nature of existence and is thus detailed and precise. The 1,000-arm form symbolizes that Avalokiteshvara has fulfilled his great vows to instantly see any sentient being who is calling his name in need of urgent help and to deliver the requested help. This powerful formation goes with the Great Compassion mantra. It does show it in Sanskrit here, but here it is here. Namo. So let's see if we can type this in as I read it for you. Let me just delete what I've just put in there. Okay, so I'm going to write this in. Oops. Namo Ratina Traya. Okay. Namo Ratina Trayaya. Oops. Nama. Ya. Jana. Sagaran. Cigara, not cigara. Okay, now there is a whole lot more to it. I'm not going to type it all in. I think you really can, I think you can find it. Just to give you an idea. Okay, Varochane Vayaya Safahagataya. So anyway, so there it is. The compassion mantra and the great compassion mantra. So you can, with the guidebook, does give you the link for the audio recordings, which is quite cool. So I think that's something that you can look into yourself. Definitely think, I'm sure that if you type in the Great Compassion Mantra, you will find it online. So I just wanted to share that with you indeed. So let's get rid of this and back to reading this. Okay. So, Amitabha, Buddha of Infinite Light. Okay, how much do I want to read of this? I think there's quite a lot of information here. Talking about the great compassion. So we've got Amitabha, Akshobhya, Ratnasambhava, Verakona, Amago City. Then we've got the indestructible. So that's the Buddhas, the celestial Buddha. So the celestial Buddhas. And it's got indestructible protection, sense offerings, Garudas and Dharma wheels. And it does talk about the merit symbols, the pure realms, generate pure space with the compassion mandala. So you can generate a pure space for attaining wisdom insights with this deck of cards. The authors recommend you place the compassion mandala on the altar or a clean table in front of you. Chant the compassion or the great compassion mantra as an invocation. Three times, then offer the mandala as a pure realm to Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Chanting these mantras also awakens seeds of compassion of all sentient beings in the pure realm of the mandala offering. Okay, so it says here, the homage, the 1,000 arms serving as the 1,000 universe ruling emperors, the 1,000 eyes manifesting as the 1,000 Buddhas of our time who teach and show the way to whatever others desire. To you, Avalokiteshvara, Buddha of compassion, I pay homage. Compassion mantra Om Mani Padme Hum. And you should do this 7 times, 21 times, or 108 times. So let's just do it 7. Okay. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Okay, then you've got the Great Compassion Mantra, which you repeat 3 times, 7 times, or 21 times. Let's just do the 3 times. I'm not going to do this right now because I can't pronounce this very well. I think I'm just going to... Okay, let's just do it once for the moment. Namo Ratnatrayaya Nama Ara Jana Sagara Varauchana Viyua Rajaya Tathagataya Arhata Samyak Sam Buddhaya Nama Sarva Tathagata Baya Arata Baya Samyak Sam Buddha Buddhi Baye Namo Ara Avalokiteshvara Shoraya Bodhisattvaya Mahasattvaya Mahakaruni Kaya Tiyatha Om Dara Dara Diri Diri Duru Duru Iti Vati Chali Chali Tara Chali Trak Chali Trak or Trakali Kusumi Vari Ili Mili Chiti Zoli Mapatanaya Savaya. And you would repeat that again and then again. Mandala offering. This ground anointed with perfume strewn with flowers adorned with Mount Meru. 4 continents, the sun and the moon. I imagine this as a Buddha field and offer it. May all living beings enjoy this pure land. Holy and perfect, pure Lama from the clouds of compassion that form in the skies of your Dharmakaya wisdom. Please release this rain of vast and profound Dharma, precisely in accordance with the needs of those be trained. Idam Guru Ratna Mandala Kama Nirya Tayami. Dedication through this virtue. May I quickly accomplish the state of Avalokiteshvara and establish all beings without exception in that state. Bestow without obstruction the fulfillment of all wishes, like a wish-fulfilling gem or an excellent vase. Think that the whole universe and the beings and objects within it are now completely pure, made entirely of 5-colored wisdom lights. You can offer the mandala as many times as you like in a day. In the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, one of the preliminary practices before an elaborate meditational retreat is offering the mandala 100,000 times within 1 to 3 months. This is to accumulate sufficient merits so that the retreat is fruitful in generating wisdom, realization, and attaining enlightened aspiration. Then it's got a meditation on loving kindness and compassion, whether you do a table or an altar, to generate positive energy in the room and space. It is also good to perform the Mandala offering ritual at the beginning of this meditation session in preparation. It does talk about your posture, does talk about pure motivation, your breathing, calming the force level mind, focusing on the compassion mantra, focusing on loving kindness and compassion, dedicating merits, and wake up properly from the meditation, generating wisdom insights with the cards. So there is quite a lot of preparation if you wish to do so. You don't have to. Remember, these are just suggestions and ideas if this is the path you wish to follow. You don't have to do that. If you wish to do the meditation on loving kindness and compassion, you're in a good position to work with the cards in the deck to help you address a situation or challenge you may be experiencing. Hold the situation in your mind, generate pure motivation, draw cards in any way you feel comfortable, or go through them and pick out a few you think are relevant. Read the messages and then review your attitude towards the situation. Finish the session by dedicating the merits of your virtuous thoughts to the enlightenment of all sentient beings. Keep this short. You can always come back to this process again. I think it's really about respecting the cards for the journey. If this is a journey that you want to take and you want to do it in a real mindful way, I think it's quite an important aspect of doing, treating your cards with respect, making sure the cards are on a scarf or a tablecloth, or, you know, if you prefer to work on the floor, but make sure that you keep your cards safe. Maybe you keep them in a box or a scarf or whatever you want to do. Maybe you do a ritual to purify any negative karma, the power of the foundation. It does give you some ideas. Now we do have the cards innocent mind, karma, remorse, guilt, and dissolution in front of you. Then carry the wisdom message that all the negative karma can be purified. The setting provides refuge and transfer of power of eradication or confession, power of turning away from faults, the power of applying remedies. So there is quite a lot if you wish to follow this path. You do not have to, but this is a suggestion if you want to work with the cards in a much more deeper and meaningful ways. There are ways to do that. I've gone into a little bit with it, but I want you to explore that yourself. So go get a deck yourself if you want to explore that. So let's have a look here. Part 3 with the card messages. Okay, so the first one we have is innocent mind. So it, just to give you a clue, innocent mind. Now on the card, if we can find innocent mind, let's have a look for it now. Just to sort of explore this here. Or no, what we'll do is we'll just choose a card at random. Let's just choose a card at random. Let's just see what message are we going to reflect on today. Let's just do that. Let's just do a card for reflection, a card for meditation. Okay, interesting. Faults. When you see faults in others, this is a golden opportunity to investigate whether the judgment standards you hold in your mind are valid. Okay, so we looked at faults in one of the other videos we just did using this deck for the Secret of Shambhala. So if you are keeping up with the Secret of Shambhala, it will be in a chapter coming up. So keep your eye out. So let's do this. So this is card number 10. So let's have a read. So it says on the card, when you see faults in others, this is a golden opportunity to investigate whether the judgment standards you hold in your mind are valid. The fault I see in my venerable guru is a reflection of the imperfection of my own mind. The fault is by nature a mental impression of my guru in that specific situation, generated by my own mind. The mind that habitually thinks of kindness sees kindness in others. The mind that habitually judges sees faults in others. Knowing that my guru doesn't actually have that fault, I look for bumps in my own mind to be smoothed out. As a result, I set myself free from the arbitrary standards I have set up for judgment. A faultless world is one filled with appreciation, gratitude, and loving images of all sentient beings. So how does that make you feel in this moment as you're thinking about faults? When you see faults in others, this is a golden opportunity to investigate whether the judgment standards you hold in your mind are valid. So how does that make you feel? Take a moment, take a breath, and reflect on that message. We all make faults. We all have faults in some way. But without blame being game, we appreciate gratitude and loving images of all sentient beings. A faultless world is one filled with appreciation, gratitude, and loving images of all sentient beings. It gives me a sense of feeling and understanding that we all make mistakes, and that's okay. That's how we learn, right? And sometimes we are responsible for our own reactions to what others may do in our life. The choices that others make is our choice in how we react. Doesn't mean that we be passive or that we are, that it's okay for them to hurt us in any way, physically or emotionally or whatever it is. But I think it's important for us to be able to take responsibilities in how we choose to move on from that situation, remove ourselves from a situation in some way. And I know sometimes that can be difficult, and I'm not saying it's easy. This is a very, very difficult journey for some. So I think we need to be without judgment and without blame. It's kind of quite deep when we sort of think about it in many ways. What is the fault? How do we judge others? Just take a moment, take a breath. Okay, that's it from me. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care, and blessings.